now let's turn to probably the best development in this game for the Flyers, which is the play of Ivan Fedotov, because suddenly, is it possible the Flyers have two competent goalies? Maybe? Are they maybe trending in that direction?
Who's the other one? I'm kidding, Charlie. I'm kidding. I know. No, Ivan Fedotov through 40 minutes, stops 16 of 17. He's got a 941. Makes that huge diving stop in the third to keep the game 1-1 with like 13 minutes left in regulation. Ultimately, does give up the tying goal. But again, it's a 2-on-1 that Cam York that close to being able to break up, but Werenski puts it home. And the final line for Fedotov stops 26 of 28 for a 929. That's good no matter who the goalie is.
Exactly.
And if there is a game that the Flyers don't lose because of goaltending, it's a good game for the Flyers goaltenders. I know you're not grading them on a curve. I am.
Okay. Well, but this game,
and this was an objectively good game.
This game I do not have to rate. I mean, the only thing you can maybe nitpick is the shootout. Obviously, he struggles in the shootout, but look, it's a skills competition. I'm not going to be too hard on him for that. During the actual hockey game, he was very good. He gives up 2 goals to one of the hottest players in hockey, one of the best defensemen so far this year. Neither of them were weak. You have a 2-on-1 and a breakaway. He could have stopped both of them because it's not like every breakaway goes in the back of the net. But we're not talking about weak goals here. We're talking about really good shots from a really good player. Otherwise, he was great. Made a ton of really great saves. That save he had in the third period, man. Fantastic stop. Now, granted, could have been better located by the shooter, to be sure.
He's on his backhand, so it's not like he can place it maybe the way you would if you're, coming with momentum and being able... But, he made the save.
It is the ugliest good save I've seen in a long time. Ivan Fedotov, I think we just have to accept that even the good version of him, it's never going to be pretty.
If this is who he is, if he's some semblance of competent and he looks ridiculous, great, man. This is entertaining as hell. He had the shot never even really got to him. I think it gets blocked, but early in the game, he's down and out and he just throws his arm in the air.
His arm up in the air.
I don't know, maybe it'll hit me. That's great stuff. And even in the shootout, 2 good moves get him.
Yeah.
And you look at down the other end, TK, little too much mustard on the move that works for him basically every time.
He beat the goalie.
It worked. He just popped it a little too hard.
And Michkov had him beat too.
Michkov has him beat, fumbles it.
Yeah.
I have a little problem with the hack there, but he loses the puck before the hack. It's just a disruptive stick that kind of throws him off. But that's why we call shootouts a coin flip. It's what has baffled us about the Flyers' inability to win shootouts for the first.
Why are they flipping a weighted coin
for the first 18 years of the shootout existed? It's I don't know. This kind of seems like luck. How has it never come up their way? Tonight you see this could have easily gone the other way, but it doesn't, and I'm totally fine with that.
But going back to Fedotov,
but Fedotov,
I think it's more that I didn't know if he had this in him. I still don't know if he's going to hold.
Who the hell knows?
We've seen, Sam Ersson has a real good game on Saturday, then comes out, last night and made some big saves at the end, but also gave up quite a few weak goalies as well. So I'm not going to say that Fedotov is fixed, that he's legitimately good. But at the very least, and I believe Ashlyn Sullivan mentioned this on their post-game show, on NBC Sports Philly post-game show, that this should end any question that Ivan Fedotov is your backup. That Aleksei Kolosov, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know if it's still keep 3 goalies. I don't know if he's going to have to go back to Belarus, if he's going to be willing to go to the AHL. But barring an injury from either Ersson again or Fedotov, which hasn't been injured yet at least. He's missed time, hasn't been injured. I think this is your duo. I think it's got to be.
And that's I really wonder... Right now, that's exactly what it looks like. I think whether that's the case or not really just comes down to John Tortorella's comfort level with Fedotov. Because we always go back to, he had those first 3 awful games, then all of a sudden we're giving Coley a look. Then Fedotov gets pushed into service because Ersson's out. Kolosov gets banged up at morning skate, so he has to play. And from there, he had 6 games with a 909. They win 4 of them. 4-1-1 in those 6 games. And then the one bad period against Florida, the defending champions. and he's out for a month. And since then, I mean, the 2 Toronto games weren't great, but I can't say he was horrible-ish in those 2. He was whatever.
Yeah.
And now he comes back.
And it was a tough situation after the layoff.
After a month off.
Yeah.
He plays 2 games, and listen, they lose 1 in overtime. They lose 1 in regulation. He didn't face a ton of shots, but he was okay.
I'm not going to kill him.
Yeah.
I thought the one game, I'm thinking about the one where he gives up the goal to Tavares. That wasn't the best. But again, I've seen significantly worse played goalie games by goalies. And I'm not.
All season.
I don't want to be grading on a curve. Those games, maybe I'm grading a bit on a curve. This game, I'm not grading on a curve.
No.
He was just playing good.
It's just really like, I wonder where he'd be right now if it hadn't just been, okay, 1 bad period, you're out for a month. And I wonder, like, every goalie plays bad sometimes. Like, how many games in a row does Fedotov have to play to give John Tortorella the comfort level of, all right, he had a bad period or he had an game. Am I sitting him down for the rest of the season? Am I comfortable to go back to him the next time I think we need to go to the backup? This really is just more a John Tortorella thing than anything else. Because, listen, I want to go with the 3. They're not going to. That's pretty obvious. Like, I don't think what they're doing right now is the move. But like I say all the time, when people, still want to argue about the way they're doing the quote unquote rebuild, we're having a 2-year-old argument. Why? That's over. If this is the way they're going to do it, okay, they're going to have a 1 and a 2. Let's see how it goes. Fedotov should be that guy. If he is, I hope he builds up. Like, I hope John Tortorella sticks to that plan and just doesn't wake up one day and go, I still don't like him. Because that's not good for anybody. Like, we don't get to learn about anyone when the next time he plays is March.
Yeah, it's fair. Look, in the end, John Tortorella doesn't know crap about goalies.
No.
He straight up says it. I think he
says it with pride.
I think he is trying to think of the right word. He gets concerned when he watches Fedotov for all the reasons we talked about. Because he plays a weird, concerning style that is unorthodox and does not engender confidence, I guess is the way to put it. So he's very much in the boat of, well, when the results start being bad with Fedotov, I want to bench him because he scares the hell out of me. So he said before the start of the year, goaltending situation scares the hell out of him. Fedotov really probably scares him even more so because he's so unorthodox. The thing is that then you watch Aleksei Kolosov, and he might look more conventional, but his numbers are not good. He is
they're even worse.
Just as many mistakes, giving up just as many bad goals as Fedotov, if not more, especially over the last few weeks. So, he may not have the most confidence in Fedotov's playing style, but at some point, you just got to look at the results. And the results for Fedotov, objectively speaking, have been significantly better than the results for Kolosov. And to me, it's that simple.